Hello everyone, DragonoftheEastblu once again bringing to you yet another video, and this one here is a special one. It is made for someone in particular. It's for a guy named Dave. Davey boy, this is for you. To explain why I'm doing this, and also thank you for unblocking me. The reason why I'm making this is because you've been making all these verses with anime characters going against each other, and when we disagreed about Luffy and Naruto having a battle, I of course, was let's make fun of him because you are technically a textbook Naruto fan, and it's typical stuff and stuff that I'm very familiar with. I deal with it every day. So when you block me, I'm like, oh, all right, let's make a video to make fun of this guy. But then I realized, wait a minute, this is textbook. He is textbook. Why do I even bother? I deal with this stuff every day. And what I mean by that is that I consider myself to be the Naruto hater. I in fact have a web series on my channel called Naruto Fails the Week, where I make fun of Naruto every week. And I've been doing this for about 2 years on this channel. I did it on another channel before this, and before that I did it on a website. So I've been doing this for quite a long time, and it's not random hate. I used to be a very big fan a long time ago, but then I started realizing how bad the series was, comparing it to other series, and many of us as well just became haters after that because the series was so awful, and that's pretty much what we've been doing since then. So when people hate the series, because what's going on with you is that, from what I can see, is that so many people disagreed with you, started banning a lot of people and blocking them, and now you just say you got mad over it, and I was gonna let it go, but then you did something. You actually had to post 7 reasons that you thought were bullshit that we were giving to you why Naruto was awful and why it sucked. And that means I have something to work with. That means I can actually tell you what's going on, because instead of me actually just making fun of Naruto fans all the time because they don't give me any legitimate reason to work with, they just become violent, uncivilized idiots, you actually give me something I can actually tangibly work with, and I can explain it to you slowly. I was going to do this by video and make it personal and show there was no boundaries here, it was transparent, but since I don't know how to use my camera just yet, I'm having some technical issues, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way with me just speaking into my microphone, writing down a script and the whole thing. So hopefully I can explain to you why we hate Naruto so much, and that the reasons why we hate it are not as bad and actually pretty reasonable. So let's get on with it. Number 1, Naruto is an annoying character. This one kind of bugs me because the people who say this, like Goku and Luffy, who have similar personality and character trait to Naruto, but yet they hate Naruto for the same reason. I don't see what character traits all 3 of them share, but I do see what Goku and Luffy share. They are brave, lovable idiots who fight for the ones they love with all their heart and soul. They never back down and are true heroes. When I was a child getting into Naruto, I thought I saw the same traits in him, but after all these years, I've learned that they aren't there. There's a difference between being a lovable idiot and a damn annoying fool, and that is what Naruto is, a damn annoying fool. His most infamous trait is his "believe it" catchphrase. Not only is it the most annoying and dumbest catchphrase ever, but he says it so fucking often. You could say Luffy has one too, "I'm gonna be the Pirate King," but that's his dream and a very powerful statement in the One Piece world. Naruto's "I wanna be Hokage" is not even close, since being Hokage is nothing more than a running gag, as all the Hokages gripe about paperwork. You're probably too young to understand this reference, but there's a character called Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, who was always griping about signing papers.
Thank you, Radar.
Sign these, sir.
What are these?
Papers.
Blank papers?
Yes, sir.
Is that a good idea?
Just cut down on your workload. You sign them now, later you don't have to bother.
But should I have really signed blank papers?
I can't answer that, sir. You're the one that signed them. I didn't.
Hold on, Radar. I'm not going to sign blank pieces of paper. I know what I'm signing when they're not blank.
Hi.
Army, papers,
Uh-huh.
double talk, red.
Pretty good.
Sign this, sign that. Never know what
Well,
you're signing.
it's a little rough, but we're not
Could be
complaining.
signing up for the next 4 years.
Yeah, he's here. It's for you.
Blank paper. Well, who is it?
General Barker.
Who? General. Yes, sir.
So to sum it up, Goku and Luffy are lovable idiots, Naruto is an annoying brat. Believe it. Number 2, Naruto is unoriginal. I find this wrong because most media isn't original. They often borrow their ideas and concepts from other media and use them for their own writing. It's extremely hard to create a new franchise. Remember that Dragon Ball Z is based off the Chinese story Journey to the West. The motto of manga is inspired by other manga, but there is a difference between being inspired and ripping something off. DBZ at one point may have been inspired from Journey to the West, but I have read that story, and there is no way you can say DBZ is Journey to the West. It's its own world. I am Azatru pagan, which means I believe in Thor, Odin, and Frey. The Pros Eddas, our religious texts, are not the same as the Thor comics. Some similarities may be there, but it's also very different. For years, we have all pointed out that Naruto is a ripoff of DBZ, Jackie Chan, and Bruce Lee films. And though this is true, I learned that there's another series that's even more of a match. Flame of Recca is a manga that came out in 1995, and let me just read the description to show you how similar the series are. Recca, the primary protagonist of the series, is a teenager obsessed with ninjas and anything related to ninjas. Recca was born to the second son of Oka, the leader of the Hokage ninja clan that existed over 400 years ago. In an attempt to save him during the slaughter of the Hokage clan, his mother, Kagero, used a forbidden technique that opened a portal that would transport him to the future where the Flame of Recca storyline begins. He is a superpowered teen who is obsessed with ninjas, unaware that he is one himself. Being the descendant of the Hokage, Recca has the ability to create fire. The adopted son of a firework manufacturer, he sometimes employs small incinerator devices and smoke bombs in combination with his elemental power to distract his enemies. Recca is quick to test his strength and especially persistent in defending his love, Yanagi Sakoshita. Recca may be cocky and overconfident, but he managed to save his friends due to his true ninja skills. Sound a tad familiar? Let me explain something to you from a writer's point of view. There's a motto I follow, which is, there are two parts of creating that you need to understand: originality and execution. You can have an original concept, but if you execute it poorly, it's all crap. But if you take a not so original concept, but execute it differently, it will draw people in and even create the illusion of originality. It becomes fresh in a way. It's like that old saying, is how you look at things. But Masashi didn't do that, and everything original he makes is laughable and confusing. Number 3, Naruto is predictable. Don't most manga follow a formula too? Like for example in One Piece, Luffy and crew visit an island, the island has people that hide a dark secret, an evil pirate controls the island, Straw Hats fight the pirate crew, Luffy beats up the pirate boss. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a difference between following a formula and being predictable. A formula is like beginning, middle, end, hero saves damsel, stuff like that. For Shonen Jump manga, it's hero has a dream, gathers allies, and fights for those dreams. Naruto, on the other hand, doesn't really follow a formula and is very predictable. And what I mean by that is that I know what's going to happen. For years, I've called out what will happen in the series, and I've been right about 90% of the time. At this point, whenever something happens in Naruto series, we just go, well, this is gonna happen next, and then boom, it happens. Someone died. No, people will live or be brought back to life. Here comes another flashback. Here comes another speech. We just know what's gonna happen. There is nothing worse as a writer than having predictable content. There's no thrill after that. You want your readers to be on the edge of their seats. That doesn't happen with Naruto because we all know what's going to come next. It's too predictable. Number 4, Naruto is slow. This came up from the most recent Naruto chapters, but how long is One Piece? How close are they to their true goal? And if you think about it, some of the One Piece arc could be considered filler, like Skypiea, Impel Town, Fishman Island, and Punk Hazard. Besides, Naruto is wrapping up for a while One Piece is still going. Alright, this has been bothering me for so damn long. Let's say for the sake of argument that One Piece is too long, there are other series that are much longer. Hajime no Ippo is over 1,000 chapters long and is still going. Detective Conan is about 100 chapters longer than One Piece and is still going. Who cares? It's a journey type manga and takes time. What's your hurry? The problem with Naruto is that the pacing is all fucked up. Even though 1 year has passed since Naruto returned to the village, what has happened? Virtually nothing. A single year has passed at an agonizingly slow pace and nothing has happened. All that's happened is talking, flashbacks non-stop. And then, on the other side of the spectrum, during the past 2 years, so much has happened in the manga that Masashi is contradicting himself. And oddly enough, even though he's doing that, he's still taking forever. And how are Skypiea, Impel Town, Fishman Island, and Punk Hazard filler arcs? That makes no fucking sense. I can't even begin to imagine what's wrong with that. Good fucking gods. Maybe the Foxy Pirates, but other than that, ugh. Naruto kills either too many or doesn't enough. I find that stupid and hypocritical because Kishimoto has killed off characters such as Jiraiya, Chiyo, Asuma, Neji, Itachi, Nagato. I find it hypocritical since Oda rarely kills characters off, and only 2 characters he's killed off is Whitebeard and Ace. Oda doesn't kill often because most of the time, he has future plans for those characters. How many characters have come back because they had more to offer? Masashi, on the other hand, is a weird fucker when it comes to killing off characters. Characters that should have died, lived, characters that died for no reason, and characters that did die came back to life. Sasuke, for example, has lived only because of plot convenience, though his luck may have finally run out in the most recent chapter. But then again, do you remember what we were talking about predictability? Think on it. And what was the point of killing off Asuma? To leave Kurenai alone with a child? Did Shikamaru, Choji, or Ino change to become important characters because of it? No! Neji's death was the same, though he did die with some honor. Itachi we all knew was gonna die, and Nagato was pretty much a zombie to begin with. And in all honesty, and I know you're gonna get mad at this, but fuck Jiraiya. He didn't look after Naruto like he should have, and didn't do all that much in the series. I mean, he was supposed to train Naruto, but didn't do much of a good job, and he's partly responsible for all the villains in the series. And Shio, who cares about that old hag? I was more angry about Shukaku and Gaara being separated. In short, the biggest issue with Death is that Masashi doesn't play by its rules. And don't bring up DBZ. Dragon Balls are part of the plot. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The other big issue with Death is that the Naruto characters seem to have a huge problem with killing people during a war, especially very dangerous villains. I'm talking about mass murderers, terrorists, attempt assassination on high-class people, on politicians, and people who have invaded other countries. Like, these are people who have committed massive war crimes, and they still have trouble killing them. Ugh. I can maybe, just maybe, understand it in the rest of the series, but during a war, for fuck's sake, just kill somebody. Naruto is gay. Naruto isn't gay. He shows interest in girls and has been on dates. Besides, how do we know that Luffy isn't gay, or Gon, or Toriko? Now let me explain. This is all based on Naruto chasing after his ninja boyfriend Sasuke. This is pretty much the true plot of the series, which is so sad because the fucker comes back on his own. I want to connect Naruto using the sexy no jutsu as further proof, but what it really is proof that Naruto is a fox demon by nature. And Naruto's interest in women has been Sakura, who is no woman, and Haku, a girly man. That makes 3 men he has felt hot under the collar for. Remember, he kissed Sasuke. And there are plenty of photos out there of Naruto doing less than manly things. And even though Hinata confessed her feelings, he still barely pays any attention to her. Who cares if there's a war? He could take 5 minutes to talk to her, especially with the life he's had. Other series have done it, like Rave Master. Come on. So when people call Naruto gay, it's all regards to his relationship with Sasuke. Whether he's actually gay or not, that's up to debate, but it's all about Sasuke. Number 7, Naruto is too influential. What? I always hear about T and J, talk no jutsu, and how it sucks, but no one talks about how Luffy always gets the strongest, most influential people on his side, which is kinda bullshit. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit complicated. The biggest issue we have with Naruto is that there's so much talking. This is Shonen Jump manga, and the tags for Naruto is action, adventure, comedy, drama, and fantasy. What action? All that ever happens is talking and flashbacks. What adventure? They never go anywhere. What comedy? Nothing is funny and no jokes are made. It's barely fantasy, but what it is drama, and that's for sure. Even in the middle of the war, there's so much damn talking, and that's all Masashi's fault. He does something which I call backstory bullshit to explain all that he forgot 2 years ago, like the history of the world religion, and other minor details. There is so little combat in this series, even though that's what's most expected. Combat. It's not like Detective Conan where there's a detective story. You expect there to be lots of talking. It's a war! Fight already! And once again, I can't comprehend your complaint about Luffy. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. So, Davey boy, that's it. I hope I did a good enough job explaining it. I probably didn't because, I don't know, even though I like doing it this way rather than writing it out and just sending it to you, it just feels like there's no heart into it. I didn't really explain it as well as I can. But, you know, I would prefer actually having a conversation with you, maybe over Skype or something, because that way, if we have questions, I can immediately reply to it. Even though I think I'm pretty good at public speaking, when I'm doing it like this, for example, where I just turn on the mic and just start recording to Audacity like on its own, I feel like I'm always gonna miss something and I ramble too much. I was over 9 minutes during the live recording and I wasn't even done yet. I felt like I was missing stuff. I probably forgot stuff even now in the script. So I don't know. But if you want me to explain to you more, in depthly and more personally without us getting angry over this, and I hope you didn't get angry over my attitude here, just that's kind of how I am when I explain Naruto, then give me your Skype. We can have a conversation, no camera, whatever you like, and just have an actual conversation, because I don't mind explaining it to you. For once, if I can get on a civilized basis able to explain to a Naruto fan what's wrong with the series, then I'm making progress, because before it's always been people who are just been very violent, very angry, and don't understand. And if I can actually have a proper conversation, that'd be great. It'd be good insight for me, number one, and it would just show that I can actually express my feelings about the series properly. So I hope you understood this. I hope you got through it. I hope you didn't get too mad at me, and I am looking forward to talking to you if you still want to do that. So this is the Dragon of the East Blue saying sail on and keep enjoying the fails. More Naruto will be coming out soon and more content. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, Dave, if you want to subscribe to this channel, I recommend you shall, because you'll understand more about why we have problems with Naruto. Naruto Fails of the Week, like I explained before, is a web series that I do. I'm in the middle of writing a script for the latest Naruto movie review, and that's a really bad series and really bad film, and explains also some of the big issues with Naruto. I'm planning to do a 100 Reasons Why Naruto Sucks video series, which is literally going to be 100 videos, one video for every reason, and it explains in detail what's wrong with Naruto. So if you want to subscribe, check out for that. If not, I'll send it to you so you can slowly understand what's going on. And yeah, cheers.